Got my eyes straight ahead, got my head in the game. With the red light on, I'm just waiting for the change. Keep my head down low.
How you going? Jay Fallon here, Slippery Slopes. We've got to get into a bit of things going on in Victoria. Victorian Police. It's been in a bit of flux, a state of flux for the last couple of days. Finally, the police commissioner down there has fallen on his sword, handed in his resignation. I love these. It's always the same thing. You get these resignations come out from these high profile people, and they always, oh, it's with a heavy heart. I'd love one day for someone to come out there and go, crackers be cracking, so I'm a cracker lacking. Instead of something stupid by with a heavy heart. Everyone's got a heavy heart. They've been going through all this rubbish for how long now? How long has the union been picking at him? You could see things were falling apart in Victoria. But anyway, he finally, like I said, fallen on his sword. A couple of things just want to go through. I'm going to bring up these articles, but is more so what the Premier, how the Premier phrased everything. We'll go through two articles just very quickly because there's not much else to say. We've seen this going on. You can see the writing on the wall, really. Like I said, with a heavy heart. This is Sydney Morning Herald. With a heavy heart, police chief resigns effective immediately. So Commissioner Shane Patton stepped away from the role effective immediately. He released a resignation statement on Sunday evening, as did the state government. After weeks of speculation about whether he would see out the remaining months of his contract that ends in June. Remind you of what happened here in Queensland last year. Victoria Police was plunged into a leadership crisis on Friday after a bruising no confidence vote by 87% of rank and file officers. That is huge. 87. Oh, wow. That's massive. He says, I have this evening advised government that given the current circumstances surrounding my position, I have decided to step away from the role effective immediately. Jacinta Allan said Rick Nugent would take the role of acting chief commissioner. In the other article from ABC, so Jacinta Allan, she's blamed the overwhelming no confidence vote. So she says an overwhelming no confidence motion moved against the state's police chief on Friday was the trigger. It was an outcome that simply could not be ignored. Ms. Allan said of the police union vote in which the vast majority of members declared they did not have confidence. Allan said following the vote, conversations were held over the weekend with senior officials leading to Mr. Patton's resignation on Sunday night. Under sustained questioning by reporters on Monday, the Premier refused to confirm whether she or Police Minister Anthony Carbines had personally spoken with Mr. Patton over the weekend. Out of respect to Mr. Patton, out of respect to the Office of Chief Commissioner, I'm not going to go into the details of those conversations. How ridiculous is the Victorian Premier? I mean, seriously, she works for the Victorian people. She's the Premier of Victoria. She's a public servant, and she doesn't want to even tell the public whether she had an actual conversation with former police commissioner Shane Patton. Why can't she just come out and say this is exactly what happened? You know, I've either spoken to him or the police minister has spoken to him. Be honest, be transparent. This has been a long problem with Victorian governments. They have not been honest or transparent for many years. She was obviously just handed the role after the other fella Dan Andrews got out, and he was, can't say much about him. He'd probably, anyway. We all know what Dan Andrews was like and what he put the Victorian people through. So, she can't even come out and say, hey, we actually had a conversation, but she goes and gives all these excuses. I think this is very reminiscent of what happened in Queensland. You see a government that's starting to fail, that's flailing and wanting to spread the blame. So what happened in Queensland, we had a lot of things going wrong. Part of the issues were we could see crime escalating, a lot of issues with teen crime in Queensland. Obviously, our former police commissioner just had one failure after another because she wasn't much of a leader. Katarina Carroll, just in case you've forgotten her name. Unfortunately, they didn't get rid of Mark Ryan because, as we've seen, he's a fairly popular person within their government anyway. But they were having problems, so part of their solution was, hey, we'll push the police commissioner out, hoping that helps give them better numbers. That's what I think happened here in Queensland. And this is, to me, it seems what's happened in Victoria. Shane Patton, obviously, there's been a lot of fallout from the things happening in Victoria over the last couple of years. Victorian government, as I said, have been flailing, and just one bad news story after the next. We can see they are in dire straits financially. They have made so many terrible decisions when it comes to financial decisions. They put themselves in extreme dire straits. They've got a terrible problem with crime rates and youth crime down in Victoria. So how can they look as if they're doing something positive, go through back channels and push the police commissioner out? This is what I believe has happened. It's just a political move. All these high-ranking officers are just political appointments anyway, and it's just a part of the government strategy to help give them better poll numbers. That's all it is, because it's very, very likely that Ms. Allan is not going to win the election, the next Victorian election, and be handed the premiership again anyway. So they're just going down the same path as what I think Queensland did. And it didn't work for Queensland. I don't think it's going to work for Jacinta Allan. And that's the way it should be too, because they're a pathetic government, pathetic and corrupt government, in my opinion. Anyway, that's just what I think. You let me know what you think. This is all just my opinion. My name is still Jay Fallon. This is still The Slippery Slope, and thanks for listening. Crackers be cracking, so I'm a crack-a-lackin'.
They just fuel a desire that will take me higher. I'm on fire because nothing's gonna bring me down. Nothing's gonna bring me down. Nothing's gonna stop me now. No more deals to be done. No nothing's gonna just focus on me goal. Nothing's gonna stop me now. Nothing's gonna hold me down. Got my eye on the prize. Got my eye on the prize.